Hello, fellow peasants. Today I'll be reviewing the Terrifier franchise. Okay, guys, so this weekend I went and saw Terrifier 3. And when I came out, I came to the assessment that it's neck and neck with number 2. But when you do rankings, you have to choose. You have to shit or get off the pot. And you have to plant your flag and go, I'm going to make a decision here. If I have to make a decision, here's my decision. So let's get into it here. Number 3, Terrifier from 2016. I think Terrifier 1 is a great film. I think that it's a great slasher film. I just think it goes on too damn long for what is in the film. It only takes place in 2 locations, basically the pizza shop and the abandoned building. And there's not a whole lot of dialogue. There's not a whole lot of story going on. And if you're going to have just a couple locations, you got to have more dialogue. You got to have some story there. You got to have something better to pad the runtime. And it just feels very repetitive. Like he catches her, she gets away. He catches her, she gets away. The only saving grace for the first film is Art the Clown, the kills, and the gritty grindhouse feel of the film. The first 40 minutes of Terrifier are good. They keep your attention. After that, it becomes repetitive, in my opinion. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot going on in the first film. So number 2 is Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2, I think, is better than 1 because you get better kills, you get higher production value, you get a little backstory, a little lore, you get the magical sword, the drawings, you get all of that. You get new characters with Sienna and Jonathan, so there's more to chew on there. But the problem is they give you all the things I said, the kills, the lore, the new characters, the higher production value, but it goes on too damn long. It runs into a similar problem that the first film did, where you... it's 2.5 hours long. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like when I first heard that Terrifier 2 was 2.5 hours, I was like, oh, god dang, this is going to be brutal. But it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was a chore to get through. Especially in the third act goes on way too long. It's very repetitive, similar to the third act in Terrifier 1. And I think if Terrifier 2 would be trimmed back by about half an hour, it would have been number 1 on this list. But it is not number 1 on the list because of the runtime. And that was the determining factor for me. If I'm going to pop in a Terrifier movie, I just want to watch a Terrifier movie. I feel like I get the most bang for my buck from Terrifier 3. That's right. Terrifier 3 is number 1 because although you do not learn anything new in Terrifier 3, really, the lore isn't explained anymore. You don't get any more explanation about what was introduced to you in number 2. It is a leaner, meaner cut. You get the kills. You get the higher production value. You still get Jonathan and Sienna. You get a shorter runtime. So, yes, you're not getting more introduced, but you're getting all the good shit that you got in 2, but just in a shorter runtime. And you get the Christmas atmosphere, so you get a whole different, setting here. There are some new characters, like Jonathan's roommate's girlfriend who has, a podcast. She's introduced in this, so that's an interesting subplot here. You also do get, it's not new information, but there is a bit of a trauma, PTSD thing going on with Jonathan and Sienna because of their run-in with Art in the second film. So there is that aspect to it as well. So I just feel, although you don't learn any more about the sword and the dad's drawings. You don't get more of that background explanation. You do get good kills. You do get more in-depth understanding of the trauma that those two went through based on the second film. Art the Clown in this is just more charismatic and funnier, and also more menacing and evil than he ever has been in the first two. And so I think overall 3 is just a better, leaner, meaner package deal. If I want to sit down and watch Art the Clown, I think I get the most out of my time with Terrifier 3. Because yes, even though Terrifier 1 is only an hour and a half long, not much story there, there's no really interesting characters there. Art the Clown is interesting, of course, but everybody else is just cannon fodder, and not a whole lot there to chew on. I just feel like Terrifier 3 gives you the most bang for your buck in terms of content and the time that it takes to give you that content. So I'm excited for number 4. I don't know when that's going to be coming out. Probably here in the next couple years, I'm assuming, but hopefully we finally get some explanation for the damn sword and the dad's drawings. But that's my ranking, guys. I probably won't do another Terrifier video until I get the 4K in the mail here soon. I ordered the first Terrifier on Blu-ray, and I ordered the Terrifier 2 4K Steelbook. So that should be coming sometime this weekend from Amazon, but it's out of stock or whatever, so I gotta wait a bit. So you won't see a Terrifier video from me for at least another week or so until I review the 4K transfer for Terrifier 2. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know down in the comments below what your ranking is for the Terrifier franchise. I did not include All Hallows Eve in this because it's a different story. Yes, it's Art the Clown, but it is not considered canon by many, and I don't consider it canon. So did not include that in here. So anyway, guys, have a good one, peasants. Peace out. Bye-bye.